Hi, Gail.
Hey, Kat.
How's it going?
I had 2 days off. I'm doing good.
Good. You always have 2 days off. Do you ever work?
Ooh.
So we have a request.
There.
We have a request.
Yeah.
To kind of go over the doser versus the doserless in the Rocky grinder world. So we've got both models here. I was hoping you could just take me through their basic tech specs and then show me how they both work, pros, cons, the usual rigmarole.
They both have the same burrs, 50 millimeter burrs, flat burrs, steel.
Okay.
They both have that. They both have the same bean hopper with the 55 settings on it. This thing goes all the way up to 55.
Whoa. Okay.
See, I mean, it just keeps on going.
Got it.
So
okay.
road gravel down to Turkish.
Got it.
Where was that set? I think it was right in through there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess we'll find out later when we demo it.
Right. The basic difference between these machines is this is a doser, and if you were to run this grinder, and we'll do this in a little bit,
yeah,
and fill all those pie shapes, and as you flip this lever on the side, it dispenses one pie shape.
Okay, and that's one shot.
That's one shot, 7 grams.
Quantity, okay.
Yep.
And that's, you can't change that.
Not on this machine.
On this model, you cannot change the amount.
No. You
okay.
can alter it on some of the others, but not on this one.
Not on this one. Okay. All right.
And
then the portafilter just sits down there.
Yep.
Okay.
Portafilter just goes right down in there like that, and you would
dose into it. Okay. So basically, once you fill it up to the right amount in there, you could just do 2 flips of that lever, and then you'd have enough quantity for your double shot of espresso.
Yep, but to make that work efficiently, you really need it full. You need all those pie shapes covered up.
Okay. So then the doserless, you just grind straight into the portafilter.
Right.
And you're kind of eyeballing that.
Put the portafilter in there. There's a button over here that actually puts power to the machine. It does not turn it on. Okay. And then this down here is the on-off button. And on this particular one, it does not stay on.
Okay.
It's a rocker switch. You have to hold it on until you get the proper amount in your portafilter.
Okay.
Like this. I show you. People ask me this all the time. What's the proper amount? The proper amount is overfill it just a little bit and then work it into all the corners, all those little voids, and then off any excess.
Okay, so you just want it kind of loosely to the top. Correct.
And then when you tamp it down, it's going to go down. There's a ridge in most portafilters. Let me get the tamper over here. There's a ridge in most of these portafilters, and I think this Pasquini one is no different. It's hard to see.
Okay.
Can you see that ridge in there? You gotta go below the ridge.
Okay. All right, so let's fill up the doser and show people how that functionality works.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
Okay, Gail, so you ground a bunch of coffee down into the hopper there, and
right.
So now you would just flap out 2 lever fulls, right, into the double portafilter.
Right.
Okay.
So, I mean, if you were to do more, you can, and you could take and swish it around and make it fill those pie shapes better. But this is what you're going to get. The chute is right here. It comes out and makes a pile.
Got it. Okay.
So
why don't you show us a lever?
The only thing with that was in my first swing, it actually put down just a little bit that was in the next pie shape.
Yeah, that didn't get filled.
Right. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to go like that. And I'm going to go 2.
Okay.
That's 2. A little slim. So I'd probably do just a little bit more, which I did.
So why was it a little slim?
Maybe we didn't have enough ground in there.
Okay.
Maybe we better grind some more. What do you think?
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Okay. Okay, so we added more in there to kind of like try and basically get an even double lever.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's see what it does. It's still slim.
Yeah.
Let me do that again now that we've swung it around some.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still just a little bit slim. For me, I'd probably do another half a click, and then it's perfect.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that's
Okay.
what I'm finding. I've never really filled the thing up and done it this way before.
Yeah, I mean, I just usually flap it out until it's the right level.
Yeah, me too. Until I get what I need, then it's fresh.
Exactly, yeah.
So-
Okay, so let's talk about, so some of the things that people like about this is the fact that they can do the grind, they can let it sit and grind, they don't have to stand there like they do with the doser.
Right, and if there's any clumping, when coffee has been ground about right for the Sylvia and some of these other machines, it will have a little bit of clumping.
Yeah.
That breaks up the clumping as it goes down into the portafilter. That's a plus.
Okay. People can get a little bit more sort of measured with the doser, like, you know, they can say, okay, I like, if I you know, fill it up to the right level, then I do 2.5 clicks, and I know it's the right amount, that kind of a thing, whereas with the doserless, they're always sort of eyeballing it.
Right, and you're holding the button on while you're doing it, too.
Exactly.
And then one of the plus sides of the doserless is if you want to crank the grind up for something like French press, this simply pulls out, put a vessel under here to collect it, and use your scoop.
Whereas this guy, you can only use the portafilter easily. I mean, I guess you
only have this amount of clearance.
Yeah.
If you had some little margarine tub or something like that, you could
put
get it
that
out, but
there.
it's definitely not conducive to that.
And then the other thing is, you know, there's a lot of coffee in here.
There is.
So, you know, if you're not doing a lot, or you're not, you know, kind of keeping an eye on it, you have the potential of wasting a lot more coffee than you do with the doserless.
Right,
you know,
and or sits in there, gets stale.
Exactly.
You got to get rid of it anyway.
Exactly.
So.
So one thing I do is, and I've given tips to people who have dosers, is I just measured out, I just sat and watched to see how long it took to grind out 2 piefuls, and then I just count it off now. So I just turn it on and count, you know, to that, I think it's like 32 or something, and then I just, you know, so I don't waste that much when I do it. So that's kind of a solution for people that are concerned about that.
What I do is when I'm doing it while it's grinding, I'm going click, 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 and when I get what I need, I shut it off.
Well, but then that's basically the same kind of thing as when you're standing with it. It doesn't do the time-saving kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think it's good if you have a party.
Yeah.
Have a bunch of people coming over. You don't want to listen to that grinder. Grind it just before you need it, all at once, and then dispense it out. It's ready, no noise.
So in general, cool things about these stepped ones are that you can do those different differential grinds. You can go from French press to espresso pretty easily.
Very easily, like this. Straight up.
Whereas with the infinite, that's going to be much more difficult. And then a drawback is that once you got your beans in, you can't pull the hopper off.
On this one, no, you cannot pull the hopper off.
So there's some that have a little like thing that will, you know, allow you to take the whole hopper off, but not these guys.
This is that worm drive we were talking about. See how slow that turns, and then this has a gate valve.
And you can just take the whole thing off and change out your beans if you need to.
Yeah, if you have to, or if you want to have a different flavor or whatever. So, you know,
all right.
we all have the pros and cons.
Cool. All right. Well, I hope that this met the needs of the gentleman who requested it.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you, Gail.
You're welcome.